What's going on? What's going on? What's the deal? It's another Monday night, another episode, Monarchs of Wrestling. This is your boy Cool McCain. No, we stay cool over here. And I am joined by the one and only Key. What up, Key?
Yo, cool. What's going on, man?
Chilling. And we got the maestro of mayhem, the hardest working man in sports, the playmaker, back in the building. What's going on, playmaker?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, we doing good. Another week, another bunch of happenings within the world of professional wrestling, and it is real to us, just so you know. But to get this thing started, man, we have to do our rebound of the WWE. So we're gonna start with Raw. Playmaker, I know you've been gone. I know you itching to get back in the saddle. So start us off, man. What do you think were some highlights from Raw?
Well, let's see. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn getting a title shot.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a match. They put on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Happy that all four men can shake hands afterwards. Mainly Kevin Owens. After that match.
Yes,
How about Shayna Baszler? Making her presence known.
how about it?
Can't wait to see how she does tonight. Give you a little preview. How she does tonight against Mommy. But yeah, Shayna Baszler, she's in the mix now, so the women's division starting to pick up. Foreshadowing to when we get to Friday Night SmackDown. Speaking of Mommy, she ain't do JD Madama no favors Monday. That was straight punishment.
It'd be like that.
That was straight punishment. Instead of Damian Priest taking your head off, she had Drew McIntyre take your head off. And speaking of Drew McIntyre,
Hey.
interesting way to kick off Raw. And I like it. I love what Seth Rollins did. He wanted to party. Drew McIntyre comes out and had that look on his face like, you're not here to party, is you? Nah. You want to worry over a title match, don't you? Yep. All right. Thought I can get midday off. Since I can't, we can do this right here, right now. We can do it tonight. True. Nah. Drew's being a tweener right now. And I think they're doing it on purpose. Take your rest. You got a month. Take a month off. I will see you in Crown Jewel. So you're not going to you're not going to attack me or beat me up even more. I'm already beaten up from last man standing match. And nah. Damian Priest beats him up. Drew stands there like, nah, I ain't doing it. Dom comes out with a briefcase. What you doing? Nah, we ain't cashing nothing. So Drew's is in the tweener stage now. Which probably be making some people frustrated because they know a heel turn is coming and they're ready for it. And other people are frustrated on the other side because they don't want Drew McIntyre to turn heel. So.
Well, I mean, they may not want it, but like you said, it's definitely going to be happening. There is no question about that. Key, what are your thoughts and highlights from the episode of Raw? Oh, we got another person in the building here, y'all. So let me get him on here. Wow, back in the building.
What's that, Hefe?
What up?
With the,
See,
he got the curls flowing today and all that.
I'm not Cole Johnson, so I can't give you the proper intro like Cole did.
Oh no, listen. You wasn't here the last time I was here though.
I know. Call work.
Yeah.
So, Key, what you got for Raw? What's some highlights that maybe Playmaker missed?
Well,
your thoughts?
this feud with the Viking Raiders and the New Day has actually been pretty good. Because of I believe Eric is hurt from the Viking Raiders, so they're gonna have him be singles for a while. He's been putting on some pretty good matches with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. So been liking their feud a little bit. Of course, you can't, mommy and what's going on with Shayna. I'm glad that they're finally doing something with Shayna, and I just think they just need to hang up those tag team women's titles because they are a piece of garbage. Nobody cares about them. But no, Drew and him saving Seth was like, no, we're not going to cash this in. We're just going to wait. I'll see you, like Playmaker said, I'll see you, Crown Jewel. Just be ready. But my thing is, if Damian Priest wanted to cash in, why didn't Damian Priest have the damn briefcase? Why Dominic got to bring down him and the ref? So, little plot twist there. But I do like that. And then KO in the main event, that's always good. One thing I gotta say about Cody and Jay, that the finishing move, somebody gonna get hurt. Because it's been landing wrong. I know they saying this on Jay because when he pushes up the opponent, he can't see. So it's all up to Cody and how Cody does his Cody breaker. It lands wrong. So they're gonna have to figure that out. But I mean, it's okay. But that was they did it again on SmackDown too, same spot. So I'm just like, they're gonna have to fix that. Somebody get seriously hurt. But Raw was pretty good. Raw was pretty good. You know why? Because Vince McMahon is not in charge of nothing. That's why.
We're going to talk about that in detail. Spoiler. That's not a spoiler. That's a promise. Wise, any thoughts that you have, my guy, from Raw? Anything you saw that you liked? Anything you want to highlight?
It's I want to see when they're going to finally make what's going to go on with Mr. Senor Money in the Bank. Definitely want to see what was going on with Damian Priest. But it's exciting time. Like they reference, Vince is no longer in charge. H is the man. And I think he's gonna bring a lot of that action that he was bringing to NXT. He's gonna start bringing it to Raw and SmackDown.
The black and gold NXT.
And I would actually want to see what's up with Ciampa and Gargano. I love DIY. DIY.
I know what you think about, sir.
Yeah, but it's good to see. That Chelsea Green, Neville, whatever her name is, Piper Lauren, whatever.
No, that's all you had to say, Chelsea Green. That's the reason why the tag titles don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
So you say Chelsea Green is dead right now.
Yeah, that sucks. But I like that they're giving Shayna and Mommy and Nia Jax and Raquel Rodriguez some shine, man, because those four right there, they can really make some exciting matches, man. These are some heavyweights, like with those four women in the ring. There's some heavyweights.
Real quick, to pick up from that before we go to SmackDown, I'm loving this all-out brawl they letting the women's have. So we so used to men. See, when we get to see the women have it, it is interesting. Like they get out here brawling.
And you got to have the right women to pull it off for it to look legitimate, right? You couldn't do it with some of the females from the past because it just wouldn't look legit. The females they got now, they look like they will beat your ass all over the building. So that adds the realism, so it makes it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, man, I think you guys covered a lot of the stuff from Raw. I'm just liking the storylines, and when I'm watching Raw, right, I'm thinking, what's going on with Kevin and Sammy? Like something just seemed like a little, you know what I'm saying? With that,
Karma with KO.
Yeah, something just didn't seem a little weird. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we have East Dad that says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, man?" And then we have Chris. Sasha Banks is a real one.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
Oh, we all know that. We all know that.
Oh, ain't we all know that.
Oh, or as currently known, Mercedes Moné. But yeah, absolutely. But what I liked some of the things they haven't tied up as well. So I'm kind of like, are we gonna tie these things up? How's it gonna go? Like this whole Judgment Day recruiting thing. What's the purpose? What's the basis? Are we gonna really get a new member? I think we're gonna get like a crazy flip. You know what I'm saying? And we had somebody go ahead and ruin next, but that's okay. Everybody already
No,
knew
you
anyway.
have to show it.
We
Yeah,
already know it. We already
Yeah,
know
I'm
it.
gonna get to it, you know.
we going there now anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
'Cause
you know, I know
as
Key
you-
was very excited about this, so I want to give Key the opportunity to talk about SmackDown first, because she was hyped about SmackDown.
Are we not doing NXT first?
Man.
We come at
I mean, I did watch it next. That was great too. But anyway, look, SmackDown. I don't know about y'all, but I felt like, remember how Pat McAfee was, is commentator with Michael Cole, and how pure McAfee was. He was a fan. I felt like I was a fan again watching SmackDown on Friday. I felt like Nakamura standing on the table. I felt like McAfee standing on the table. I'm sorry if y'all hear my damn critters running around the cage. I'm sorry. That's to make a noise. They rude. They know when I'm on here talking. They want to be running. Anyway, I felt like
Power positivity.
I felt like Pat McAfee on top of the announce table when Nakamura used to come out and he used to dance to his music. That's how I felt Friday night. That's how I felt Friday night.
So
From segment to segment, from match to match, from the beginning to end, SmackDown was great. And I haven't said that in a while about a show on WWE.
So what Key is saying is the season premiere of SmackDown, headlined by the Game Triple H, was a banger.
Yep. From that opening segment to them figuring out the GMs, they're back to 2 GMs now. That segment, that was the best segment ever. To Roman Reigns coming out meeting LA Knight, that like from top to bottom, the show was great.
So to kick things off, we had John Cena open up SmackDown. He comes out, he says a couple of words. Can't get to the real meaning because the tribal chief has returned. And the tribal chief let John Cena know, if you're going to be on my show, you have to open it up the right way, which is acknowledging the tribal chief. And, he talked to John. Yeah, John, you want another title shot? John says, surprisingly, I have never seen, y'all will tell me if I haven't seen this, but he says, no, I haven't earned the right to challenge you for the Undisputed title. But I do know somebody who does.
This is after acknowledging him as well. So John Cena actually acknowledged Roman Reigns. So,
he did.
Yeah, he acknowledged John Cena, but he said, I haven't earned the right to challenge you for the Undisputed title. But I know somebody who does. And cool, you go ahead and play your sound because you know you want to play it.
What sound would you be talking about?
Because that music hit the building. LA Knight comes out. For the first time, we have LA Knight and Roman Reigns in the ring face to face. And I gotta admit, LA Knight is very convincing. Jimmy, it interrupts everything. Jimmy's trying to be his own person, I guess. And Paul Heyman, being the wise man. Not today, sir. Not today. Nope. Nope. This is not the time. Roman Reigns solo backside. They going to the back. They do what they do. So we're going to stop right there. Rise. LA Knight, Roman Reigns. We look like we're going that way.
Oh, man. It's been a long time coming, man. LA Knight's been the hottest. Like anywhere in wrestling, LA Knight is the hottest thing right now. Like the pops he get when he come out are ridiculous. Like it brings me back to Attitude Era pops when he comes out. Like he's coming out and the fans are eating it up. They are loving it. They're loving the fact that, and when last time I was here, we spoke on it. He just has that. He has that Attitude Era swag about him, man. He just has. He knows how to cut a great promo. He knows how to work in the ring. and it's like he don't play your normal baby face. Like the way he does it, it's like no matter who you are, you'll get it regardless.
Now the tie in NXT in here, he was a
comes
special
out with
referee in that match. LA Knight was a special referee in the match, and the crowd was losing their mind.
Yep.
Yeah. And since we're tying in NXT, we can also talk about how Cody was the general manager of NXT for the night.
Yeah. He was the GM for NXT. That actually went well. So it is crazy.
You know what
LA Knight's it's a special guest referee, and the crowd is just chanting yes throughout the match. And I'm like, who does that? I don't see The Rock being a guest referee. I don't see Stone Cold be a guest referee. John Cena be a guest referee. And we talking about three of the biggest names who ever lace up boots in the square circle. And when they was special guest referee, they weren't doing that with the crowd.
Listen, he's hot, man. He is hot
comes
right
out
now.
in Tim's. I
love that. I love the way he come out. Me being a fan of Tim's and all.
Bro, did you see the reflection of The Rock in his glasses? I mean, not The Rock, but Roman Reigns in his glasses.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, that was clean.
Yes.
That was clean. Well, I'm gonna hop the comments up real quick. So just give me 1 minute here, Playmate. We're gonna hit the comments, see what the fam over here talking about. So East Dad says not much of work seeing you on the live feed. Hey, appreciate you. Glad you got time to check it out from the work. And then Rob says, "What's up, everyone?" Rob, what's up? East Coast Gridiron says, "What up?" Matt says, "LA Knight." Yeah. And then East Coast Gridiron says, "Have a good stream. About to go live. Don't know anything about wrestling." Hey, as long as you check in, man, we appreciate that for sure. Keith says, "Appreciate you, Dante." And then Matt says the whole thing is building the Jay turning on Cody and going back to the bloodline to then lead to Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania 40, right? Negative, sir.
That would be a negative Ghost Rider.
That would be that would be a complete
But the fact that you brought that up, Matt, here's the
1,000,000% no. But go ahead.
The Undisputed Tag Team Champions, they defended against A-Town Down Under. That is their official name now.
That is their official name.
That is their official name?
That is their official
They're
name.
actually not bad as a tag team, though, but anyway.
Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
They could do a better name, but yeah.
All thing they did was take Austin Theory's, nickname and Grayson Waller stuff and put it together. That's all they did.
Yeah, because A-Town, because Austin, A-Town down, and then of course
Australia. Yeah.
We have Grayson Waller from Australia, so not original at all. But carry on, sir.
Matter of fact, good match. Very good match between the four competitors. You know who won. Here's when it got interesting. The Tribal Chief came out again. You have Jimmy, Solo, and Roman on one side of the ramp, and you have Jay and Cody on the other side. And it's like it's when Roman came out, you felt the attention. It was like this has to happen again. Yeah,
business is picking up.
We want LA Knight to get a shot. Some people want John Cena to get a shot, but we need Cody versus Roman again. The attention is there.
It's got to happen. Yeah, it's got to happen.
It's going to happen, but you know how I say, like, how do we get there is the question. So that's for the coming month coming along. But I will say that somebody did bring up we are down to be back to two general managers. So Adam Pearce got promoted to be the Raw's general manager.
Yes.
Yep.
As Triple H was making his announcement, Dirty Dom comes out, and we know what happened. Here's the funny part: Triple H still got it.
Of course it does.
So, but that man is here to say,
who is the hottest heel in wrestling right now?
Oh, Dom.
Nuclear.
He said he was like, "Oh, I thought this was really piped in, but it's not." Yo, that took me out.
That was funny.
That took me out.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. That really was. That was.
Hey, yes, he switched mic.
Yeah.
Here, try this one.
He was like, I don't think this microphone works. Here, take this one.
Yeah.
Nah, it's good. Listen, Dom is doing what he's supposed to do as a heel. Like he has the ultimate heat, and the fact that they go along with letting the audience drown them out, it's brilliant. It is brilliant. And then the way Dom is just trying to, you can't write this even any better than what they're doing with it. And like I said, he is the hottest heel to be in all of wrestling. Like he's got fire on him right now. As far as how the fans hate him, I don't think there's anyone in wrestling that the fans hate more.
So we have that going, and then Triple H is like, well, you need to take that up with the general manager of SmackDown, who happens to be Magnus, from if you know him, if you paid attention to your Impact days.
The National Treasure, yes.
Yes, the National Treasure with the 10 pounds of gold forever.
Yes.
He's
And
the general manager
Impact.
of SmackDown.
As well, yeah.
How long is that? Like, how long do you think that's
Nick
going?
Aldis. Nick Aldis can't be a non-wrestler for so long. They're gonna have to have a storyline where somebody takes him out to the point where he end up getting in the ring. You have to have him wrestle.
Definitely, especially in a WWE ring.
Yeah, you gotta have Nick Aldis in the WWE.
Oh,
ring.
you know that's the goal. He's in WWE now. You know that's the goal for him. At least one time to get in the ring. One time.
I think this may be like a way to introduce him without doing the normal stuff. Like have him be the babyface GM, you know what I'm saying, had that play out for a few months, and then sooner or later he's like, you know what? I appreciate the GM job, but I need to put my trunks back on. We got some people I need to handle.
I'm shocked that they actually let him keep his name.
I was curious about that too. Because I know some people they do let, but a lot of people they haven't been. But lately they've been letting people because Jade kept hers. So they've been letting people.
I'm gonna get to that because that's another juicy problem to get to. But Nick Aldis, he comes out and says, "Well, you know, I have more important things to do, Dom. So if you would like to know," and Dom's like, "I don't care who you traded for. I don't care who you traded to SmackDown. I'm gonna slap them in the mouth." Kevin Owens music hits.
You know that
Kevin Owens music hit.
You know that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna hit him. Whoever comes out in the face. His Dom was like, oh shit.
Yeah, Dom was like, whoa. Dom was like, hold up, man. Hold on.
Because we been sitting here wondering, me and Cole was like, who did Cody get traded to SmackDown?
Yeah, we've been saying it for me. And I'll be honest, that is not a name that came up from me. Playmaker did mention it before, but that's not a name that came up because I didn't think they would do that. But it's a great idea because it gets Kevin Owens away from Sami Zayn. You don't have to have a falling out. You don't have to have them turn on each other for the 1,000th time.
Another betrayal and
a
full-on feud going on again. Which, I mean, we're tired of seeing the betrayal, but when they be feuding, but it'd be some hard-hitting matches they be going through. I'm like, good gracious, they be kill each other.
It wouldn't surprise me if Sammy betrayed Jay.
That could happen.
I mean, right, where they going now? That's a lot of meat on the bones for every different storyline they can go with these superstars right now. I'm talking Cody, Jay, the Bloodline, the Judgment Day. There's so many ways they can go with these. When you think they're going one way, and then when you watch the next episode, and it's like open up a whole bunch of more doors. Like, which door are they going to go to next? Because this is they keep multiplying. It never stops. So that was one surprise. And here's the other surprise. Here's the one we're choosing. So we started about the women tag teams, right? So you have Chelsea Green, you have Piper Niven in the ring with the new general manager. And which anytime you see Chelsea Green, you want to tune her out because it's nothing worthy. Then the Queen walks in. Gotta respect the Queen, Charlotte Flair. She gets a rematch with Io, which will be happening this coming Friday for the women's title. But before she walks out, you can feel it. She met up with Jade Cargill. And you can see the excitement on Triple H's face. He's like, yeah, this is a money match right here. I see it now.
It's like Charlotte, Jade, Charlotte. The whole time he over there like he just had a whole two gallon jar of Kool-Aid right before he came out. Yeah, one of them smiles. He was like,
Yeah, boy.
He's like, I can't wait to make this happen.
yeah.
He was excited.
Now, there's an important part of this that Playmaker missed because he don't listen to Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green said they need new women's championships, which is true. The women's championship sucks. The tag team championships. So it is true they need new women's tag team championships. So I think we're gonna have something where the weird chicks they'll be doing the little witchcraft stuff in the
The Unholy Union. The Unholy Union.
Yeah, I just call them the weird chicks, but yeah, the Unholy Union.
I like Alba Fire and Angela Dawn.
I do.
Man.
I do. Yeah, I do actually like them.
They're entertaining.
But I think they're going to end up winning the belts, and they're going to end up getting new belts. When they win, they're going to get presented with new belts, like they were doing a few months ago, where everybody got new belts.
Is Kuma Kane sitting here saying that Chelsea Green put her foot in her own mouth?
Well, she didn't put her foot in her mouth. She actually did a good job of, saying, "Hey, we need to get a new tag team championships," and I think I agree with that because they are hard. So I think
she was referring to the belts and not changing type.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she's referring to a new team getting it. I'm saying that that's going to be the catalyst for what I think is going to happen. They're going to lose the belts, and then they're going to change them when they lose them. That's what I think.
Chelsea Green.
So she will get what she wants. It just won't benefit her.
She put it in her mouth. Oh, you want new tag team belts? Okay.
I mean, they're only going to do it from what they've shown us in the past. They're not going to do it until there's new champs, right? Because that's what they've been doing. All the belts they changed when a new champion got him, except for Roman Reigns. That's because he's been champ for like 10 years and 75.
Well, they gave him a new belt.
Yeah. But I mean, it was basically they took the old belt and just made it gold. But like any real redesigns, they wait till there's a new champion. So that's why I'm waiting to see what they're gonna do with these undisputed tag team championships. I would like them split again, and I would like to keep the guys on one show again. I think that's
what it's heading to now. Now they have two gender managers now.
Yeah, I like that better than the tag team. I mean, I understand the tag team being on both shows, but you could do that with the women's tag team champions and have a better representation of tag team champions. Because Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, that was actually a good tag team. That worked because Sonya Deville was like the legit, tough girl. And then you had Chelsea just running her mouth and doing a little something every now and then. But Piper Niven just...
Piper Niven need to go on her own.
Piper Niven need do something of relevance.
Now,
she should have.
There's one thing I left out because I wanted y'all to get into this. So I'm going to set it up just like this, and y'all can go whatever y'all want to go on. So, come to find out, when we watched Fastlane, Carlito was the member that Rey Mysterio called.
Yes.
So, Carlito is on SmackDown. He is a SmackDown superstar.
That's cool.
Yeah. But was it really a big surprise? We've been hearing that Carlito's been signed for months, and they just needed to find the right time to bring him in. And that's what happens. Like, how long has it been rumored that Nick Aldis had signed with WWE? Right after he ended his run with Impact, which wasn't that long. And then this, like, Carlito's been probably signed since after his
the
show
in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, in Puerto Rico. So and he got the pop that he got there. So you could imagine, like, they've been just trying to find a way to bring him in.
So let's try this. So Carlito's first interview gets interrupted by Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
Bobby Lashley playing the cool guy, Good to see you. We had our matches back in the day, but so it's a new year, it's a new era, Bygones be bygones, and then the Street Profits jumping from behind. So how we feeling about this feud with LWO and the almighty Street Profits?
Well, I'll tell you this. I can be real quick about it. You need something for them to do. You need somebody for them to beat down to establish themselves. And what more than the happy-go-lucky team that everybody wants to buy T-shirts for? And LWO when they come out. They don't care if they win matches. So why not them?
Key, what you got?
So, come to find out that Carlito wanted to use his old music. They wanted him to use the new one, but I think they're gonna go back to his old music because nobody likes the new music. So, um, yeah, I don't like the new music. Just go back to his old music because that's what we're used to. So I think they're gonna go back, but he wanted to use his new music. WWE's like, no.
If they go back to the old music, that means he got to spit in somebody's face.
But only if they're not cool.
Yeah.
If they cool, we good. He only spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
It's true.
Why? So what you think?
I love the fact that Carlito's back. Do I feel he fits in the LWO? No. He's always been by himself. He's never like, except for the one couple of times, but he's always been Carlito by himself. So to see him with the LWO, I understand why. Latino World Order, yeah, I get it. But I'm excited to see him back. He looks in phenomenal shape. I'm excited to have him go up against Bobby Lashley. It's gonna be amazing. But I don't know how I feel about him in the LWO right now. Like, I don't even know how I feel about the LWO.
Hey, Playmaker,
Yep.
this for you, sir.
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
That's what you need.
Just say it. If you gonna play that, at some point he got to spit in somebody's face. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, once he finds somebody who don't want to be cool, they're gonna get it.
You can't bring and keep everything the same if he don't spit in nobody's face. I'm just saying.
But he did have the apple. You know, we did see he had the apple. He did have the apple. So if you're gonna start with the apple, you already know it's gonna be a progression. Somebody gets their face spit in, and more than likely it's gonna be Bobby Lashley. And that's gonna lead to another beatdown for Carlito.
So let me ask you this, why? Because I haven't heard your thoughts about what you think about what they're doing with the Street Profits.
I like it. I like them as heels. Because it kind of reminded me of like the Street Profits were just a modern day version of Crime Time, except without all the
Yo.
yeah. But so now giving them this edge, right? Giving them this side of them where they're beating people up and they're in sneak attacks and doing all this other stuff. I want to see that side of him. I want to see, because we already know Bobby Lashley, great heel, great face, that he can do both. Let's see what the Street Profits can do. Can they be a great heel tag team? I think they can, because you have Dawkins in some of the best shape he's ever been in. Yeah, of course, Montez is just a freak in the ring. He's an athlete that's just probably not many people in the WWE as athletic as he is. And so to see them with this edge can really propel them to that next level of being one of the top, being, if not the top tag team in WWE.
All right. I think that will conclude our WWE recap.
So so Wise, I know you mentioned NXT earlier. Was there anything specific on NXT that you would like to let the people know about, sir?
Oh man.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Braun Breaker was made famous.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
And so was him. At the same time, they pulled off making both of them famous. That's not easy to do. That's impressive.
Especially with a legend like that, Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it was to me it was a great thing to see a mixture of the old generation with the Taker come in and Cena being there, and the mix of the new blood coming up, Braun Breaker, Mello. It's like, I love how WWE is promoting their young stars. They're actually giving that's why I love NXT, is because they're giving their young stars that opportunity to shine and show them what they're capable of. Whereas their opponent that night is relying too much on WWE rethreads. And
so, go ahead, Wise. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What you got to say?
What I was going to say was, this was an interesting topic that I broached last week. So I think that what we have is we have two distinct organizations, right? We have AEW, who they can make a couple of guy stars, right? But they don't have to push, the appeal, the team behind them to know how to really take a whole bunch of brand new wrestlers and make them stars. They need to incorporate those guys with guys who already kind of know how to be stars, to get that knowledge as well as the names to get people to watch. Whereas WWE is so established, they can take a Jade Cargill, a Brian Pillman Jr., or several other people from the roster, Ricky Starks even, and make them a star because they got that machine to put behind them. I think,
you know what?
Go ahead.
And you can see, look at it from history, right? They know how to transition from their older superstars to the next generation. You saw it the Hogan era to the Attitude era to what Cena and everybody was about to where we're at now, where we have the future and it looks bright with Braun Breaker. You have Carmelo Hayes. You got Dragunov. You have some real. You have like Gunther still is killing it. LA Knight. You have Jay doing his thing. You got Cody, of course. It's like you have a great mix of talent, and they're knowing how to use them. They're knowing the right stories to put them in. It's just like you said, they have the machine behind them. They have over 50 years, probably more of experience from WWF to WWF to WWE. It's like they've perfected that formula of learning how to make superstars.
Let me put a smile on Cool face, because not only John Cena was there, not only Undertaker was there, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Paul Heyman was there. He was in the corner of Braun Breaker. But that's not what people are remembering Paul Heyman for being on NXT.
It is not.
Paul Heyman was doing something that Cool wanted him to do. Go ahead, Cool.
So, if you caught Paul Heyman in the locker room, he was having a conversation with one Ava Raine. And if you notice, he had a phone. And he turned the phone over, and on the back of that phone, it had Bloodline.
Did I not mention this the last time I was on the show?
You did, sir. Playmaker wasn't here, but you did, sir.
Yeah, he was not, but I did mention now that she's no longer with Schism. And Gacy kind of gave it away when he was like, "You have a family."
Yep. Foreshadow was already there.
So I knew, and it fits. It fits. She's part of the bloodline. She's part of that family. Why not
and
bring
she
her
can
along?
Use the rub. She can use the rub.
We know she can work the ring. We know she's growing on the mic. Why not surround her with Heyman? Surround her with Roman to build her up and get that experience.
Jacob and Zilla. Stop playing WWE. Jacob and
Zilla. That's what we want. That's what
Stop
we want.
Playing.
Yeah. I really want Jacob Fatu. I've been wanting Jacob Fatu since I've been watching him all over the independents and MLW and Guerrilla Pro Wrestling, all these different wrestling. Like, he's all over the map.
And I want Zilla and Solo to be a tag team. So that's why I want them both. Zilla and Solo.
They got so much of Umaga in both of them, right? Because Solo, that's who he kind of follows is Umaga,
Yep.
and then of course Zilla being Umaga's son,
right?
We already know he's using the Samoan Spike, and he's got potential.
Spike. That thing is crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But yeah, so that's why I want them there. Like I'm salivated that they do that. I'm buying new Bloodline shirts. Y'all want my money, WWE? Bring me Zilla and Jacob. I'm buying their t-shirts. I'm spending money. I still got to get my greatness on a different level t-shirt. I tried to order it and they gonna send me a message talking about they ran out and gonna refund me. I know I want you to get me a shirt, but I digress. But yeah,
move on.
Yeah, man, we got moving on. AEW, right? So we had the Wednesday night show, Dynamite, but it was actually on Tuesday this week. It was titled Tuesday, so it went head to head with NXT. The only thing I can think of, truthfully, is there must have been something happening on, I think that's TBS, whatever channel it is.
Baseball.
Yeah, baseball was happening, so they had to move it because there's no point in really going head to head. But I get it. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get your show on there. So,
By the way, wish they failed.
Yes, because then you got Tony Khan tweeting stupidness, like he needs to stop coking it up in the back, like he really needs to.
Wise, let the people know what Tony Khan did, bro. You gotta let them know.
He a cokehead, man. My man, cokehead. You can just see it in his face, man. He'd be back there throwing up like this is what I'm like when it first, you know what it was before, like when they first started, it was so great because they had some really interesting stories, especially with the Dark Order and the Elite and everything, and Jericho and his faction. They had stories. Now it's all over the place. Like you don't really have anything of substance. You don't have no real stories being built. Soraya losing the title like her run was what, a month?
Right. She only won the title because they were overseas, and when she won, that's the only reason she really won. And that was garbage because if you're gonna do that, there's no point in her winning.
To me, it's just I'm not happy with any of the stuff they're doing. I'm not really impressed with any of the stuff.
Not even Edge, or so I say Adam Copeland.
No,
the rated R. I'm not going to continue to say. I'm sorry, I'm not going to continue to say the rated R superstar Adam Copeland. You're gonna figure out something. It's either this rated R superstar, it's Adam Copeland, but I'm not going to be sitting here talking about the rated R superstar Adam Copeland. We're not doing that.
Okay, so for me, I'm like, what was the point of giving Big Bill and Ricky Starks the belt? Like just so they could be champions? I don't understand all that. There was no story behind it. I get it, FTR was hurt, whatever. But you tell me there's not a more complete team on the roster that they could have lost the title to?
So I'm gonna tell you something that what I think was supposed to happen, right? So I think that they were supposed to lose the belts to Aussie Open, but then one half of Aussie Open got hurt, and they still had to match. But if you notice, Kyle Fletcher, the one that's not hurt, was the one that was in the match most of the time, and the other guy only was in for like a few minutes. So I think because he got hurt, they weren't able to give him the belts. I think that's who they were supposed to drop the belts to. But I do agree. But the problem is, and why does I completely agree? I mean, all I'm gonna say about Tony Khan is every time he does an interview, this is what he do the whole interview. This is him the whole interview. He's just talking like, hey, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I can't do it alone without blinking, but he would do a whole segment. And he's like this. I'm not going to say that the man is zooted, but the man looks like he might be on a higher plane of existence when he's talking. That's what I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? That I have to agree with you on that 1,000%.
So you got that going on. You got Edge comparing everybody to his companions from WWE.
Man, and the thing is this. The problem, and I say this, and I mean this when I say it. People don't understand the value that Cody had to AEW. Cody was the person that could be like, Tony, that sucks. No. Now that he's gone, because they had it broken down into divisions. Cody was over like the men's. The tag teams was the Young Bucks, which is weird. Why are you over the tag teams with your tag team? But he was over the tag teams. And Kenny Omega was over the female division. That was the original thing when they started. Then Tony, I guess he started elevating his mind and decided that he kind of wanted to be in control of everything, all the creative. So then Cody ended up saying, okay, well, fine, you do what you do. I'm about to go back to WWE anyway, whatever. And I knew Cody was leaving early on when he could never compete for the championship again. I was like, yeah, he out. He's not going to sit there for 5 years and not be able to win the world championship. Like, that's not going to happen. So I already knew that at some point he was out, you know what I'm saying, as soon as he got to the right situation. You can't be TNT champion for so many times. So I knew that. But that was the thing. That was like the turning point. Now, I know that Bryan Danielson kind of is someone that's in his ear, one of the producers and everything. That's the role he's going to have when he finishes wrestling, full time. But I just feel like Tony Khan's got to get wrestling people. It's like he almost is turning into Jerry Jones. Like, bruh, we don't need you to Jerry Jones AEW. Like, make the storylines make sense. Like, the wrestling's great. Like, they build the matches amazingly. Yeah. That's the producers, right? They build the matches. But you need the creative guys behind the scenes. That's what's missing. That's the storyline.
And that's where they're struggling at. That's where they're struggling. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, the wrestling action is great, but us as fans, we love the storyline.
Yeah.
That's what's always caught my attention has been the storylines. Yeah, it is. I've always said it's a male soap opera.
Mm-hmm. But this is pretty much what it is. AEW is sticking to the hardcore pro wrestling side of the fan base. They want to see people get their heads knocked off.
But we want but we want a reason why that's happening is what we're saying. We're completely 1,000% fine with the product, but we want a reason why it's happening. We don't want just like Orange Cassidy and wrestling.
Phoenix. Well, because Moxley's hurt, so yeah.
Yeah. But all the people out there knowing that Phoenix has to drop the belt, and you knew this when you gave him the belt because he's having visa problems and he's got to leave the country. But you knew that when you put the belt on him. Right? And I understand Moxley got hurt. But did you have to have him pin Moxley and then turn around and lose the belt back to Orange Cassidy? Of all the people to put the championship on, the guy who's had it forever.
And Cool will tell you, I always say, if you want to see some hardcore, so you want to see all the craziness, come watch AEW. But if you want the entertainment, something that's gonna leave you wanting more, and because how they present it, WWE.
Sports entertainment versus pro wrestling. But I will say this. The one thing that I like that AEW is doing, I can quickly talk about AEW, but the one thing that I like the AEW is doing is they're starting to give my boy Swerve Strickland some shine.
That's the only thing I'm liking right now is that Swerve. That's where Vince dropped the ball and letting Swerve go. Because I know H didn't want to let him go. I know Triple H didn't want him to go because he saw what he was doing down in NXT and what they were doing when they brought him up.
True, him and Keith Lee.
Yeah. So it sucks that he's not in WWE, but I'm glad he's getting his shine right now. Like I'm excited for what he's capable of doing and what he's bringing to the table. They're building up a great story with him and Hangman, and I'm enjoying that because I'm actually a Hangman fan. Like I like Adam Page. I think he can be.
I like Hangman too, actually.
So it's
I'm a fan good to see them too.
Yeah, it's to see them both get some burn and shine. I'm excited because I feel like they're two of the most up and coming stars in wrestling right now.
Yeah. I admit, Swerve.
I'm gonna throw something out there to y'all, right? Yeah, I'm gonna throw something out there to y'all. Tell me what y'all think. There's one guy that needs to be with Swerve Strickland. That's not. There's one guy on the roster that needs to be with Swerve Strickland.
Who is
Powerhouse Hobbs? Powerhouse Hobbs.
I was thinking hard because I gotta think.
Well, he just joined the Don Callis family, so that's not gonna happen.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
what's going on with
that? In a proper world, you take Swerve Strickland, you put him with Powerhouse.
So bring it now that you mentioned Powerhouse Hobbs, right?
Yeah, somebody explain that to me. What's going on with the Dallas Cowboys? Because one time I just heard Sammy Guevara was there, and then the next week,
he has built a little. Don Callis has built a little squad with Sammy and Powerhouse Hobbs and a couple other names, but
and the Alpha,
and the Alpha, but
Takeshita.
I just want to know. They just jobbed the hell out of Jericho against Hobbs. Like
Chris Jericho got him jobbed. Yes, he did.
The Chris Jericho.
Wow.
Yes, the goat got jobbed. I thought he was jobber
him in like 3 minutes. As my man,
does that mean Chris Jericho about to hang it up for real?
I don't know, but he was just jobbed out. That's me. That's how I felt. That's just like, to me. Yeah, I get it. They wanted people. There's certain times where you want to make a statement, kind of like what they did with Lesnar and Norton, where when Lesnar came out, he was just beat him down with them elbows and cut him up and all that.
Or where he did John Cena at SummerSlam.
Oh well, yeah, but Cena knew, like, yes, he did job the hell out of Cena there, but it was just like, yo, he just was slamming him. And I'm like, man, y'all just
that definitely sound like a remake of John Cena and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, y'all just making him look soft right now. Like, this is the GOAT. This is the Ocho. This is the Ocho y'all talking about, and y'all just making Hobbs. And I get it, Hobbs is a powerful dude, but y'all just let him just abuse Jericho like this isn't one of the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's exactly what it sounds like, because it's like, damn. Just watching John Cena just get suplex after suplex, it's like, but damn.
Like, it was not pretty.
No, it was not.
It wasn't fun to watch. So why is it saying it wasn't fun to watch?
No, and I'm a Jericho fan, and to see him just get abused, like, this is one of the guys that he was one of the top guys in AEW. He had two of the top factions in AEW, and now he has no one, and you just jobber him out to Powerhouse Hobbs, like. And I understand he probably had a decision on that, and let's make Hobbs look good, but you just made him look like a monster. And
yeah, Chris
maybe
Jericho's,
maybe that was the point.
Yeah, Chris Jericho's gonna go away for like 2 months and come back as like the Painmaker with the spikes and the face paint and all that and the bat.
Get his revenge on him.
Yeah, they'll do something like that, because I mean that was a job out, but Chris Jericho must have wanted to take a break. That's probably right. The guy with the jazz and everything, because he probably wanted to take a break and had to find some way to do it. And because they can't be original enough to have him get jumped backstage, they have to go have him just get jobbed out and beat down in the match, right? And speaking of people getting beat down in the back and them never explaining it, act like it didn't happen. What happened to Switchblade? It's 1 minute he's in the back getting beat down by a bunch of people with devil mask. One of them got a devil mask on, and then like the next week he's back, still in MJF's championship. What are we doing?
That's that whole storyline to me is whack.
Wise already answered the question.
and now they been come to find out, we know it ain't Adam Cole, because he just had surgery on his ankle.
Right.
It's just
thanks to Kevin Owens for bringing that up on SmackDown.
Oh, that's what I wasn't even paying attention, but yes, he did shout him out. Yeah.
When Kevin Owens did the promo, he was talking about Adam Cole.
Yep. So I mean, the thing with AEW, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say everything is terrible, but I will say that a good portion of it could be a whole lot better. Like the for instance, on Rampage, they had a match, and then they didn't announce anything before the match. It was Sky Blue and Emi Sakura. Sky Blue won the match, so now she's gonna fight for the TNT Championship. It's like you didn't even say anything about that being, I mean, the TBS Championship. You didn't say anything about that even being part of it until after the match. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just randomly throw somebody in a match and then they would be, oh, you get a title shot. It's like, bro, we gotta do something to make.
Listen, I don't feel you have. First of all, I don't feel like you have the women's roster to have 2 titles. You really don't. You really don't have the women's roster to have 2 titles. Basically 3 titles, 3 women's titles. You have the Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena.
Yeah, they don't have enough for 3 years.
You know what I'm saying? You have TBS Championship, and then you have the AEW Women's Championship, right? You don't really have that women's roster is not that deep.
Once Jade left, that was it.
You don't have a deep roster as far as women go.
Because with Jade wasn't even the main champion. She became the main champion with the TBS Championship.
You don't have the character.
It's just, and then you even look at what WWE is bringing to the table. Them women in NXT, they got some stars down there. Stars. Yep. You got Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton. Whoever don't like Tiffany Stratton, that's whatever. But the girl can wrestle. You got
That's Tiffany. I know what it is. Tiffany, right, is that popular girl in school that for some reason people are jealous of her, but they will never admit it.
Yeah, and then you got Cora Jade, you got Thea Hale, you got Gigi Dolan, you got all these women wrestlers in NXT alone. All these names I'm talking about is just NXT alone. Then you go to the main roster, you got Shayna Baszler, you got Charlotte, you got Asuka, you got Io Sky, you got Dakota Kai, you got like the WWE women's roster is loaded. I wish they would give them more shine. Huh?
Don't forget Kairi Sane is back too.
Oh, she's back?
But when she debut, it's gonna be something. Oh no, she's
just
back.
Finished up everything. Yeah, she had just finished up everything she had to do for the other promotions. She's back. They just haven't, put it back on TV yet, but she's back.
And you already got people waiting for Jade Cargill to actually make her official debut.
Is she gonna make her appearance in Raw today? She's done NXT. She's done SmackDown.
That's a good question.
Yeah, she has to. She might show up on Raw because I mean she's technically a free agent, right? She ain't been given a brand yet.
Like I said, we've seen her on NXT. We've seen her on SmackDown. We haven't seen her on Raw yet.
Because she has a Raw. Because she already did it face to face with Charlotte. Could you imagine her going face to face with Mommy on Raw tonight?
Yeah. She would go. That get me excited. I might have to rush off to go watch Raw. The opening of Raw.
I think we're about done. We got through everything.
Real quick. Yeah. Real quick. AW. The only thing to me, Wardlow squash match against Matt Sydal. Wardlow, they rebuilding him. He took a break for whatever happened. I think that's the young guy that they build up. It was Wardlow in WWE star, but Wardlow, I like him. We talked about the women's championship match that was trash juice, really. And then Adam Copeland and Luchasaurus. The match was it was pretty much powerhouse high match with Adam Copeland getting 2 or 3 minutes at the end, get a spear, and he hit Luchasaurus with the championship. Luchasaurus thought it was Christian, and then they had the fight. They tried to do some other things. They had Blackpool Combat Club come out to save Copeland, and then they had Swerve and the Mogul Embassy come out, but it ended with Bryan Danielson putting Christian Cage in the
bell lock,
the bell lock, because he's going to be facing him later on Collision. So quick Collision things. I'm sure, unless you guys have any other thoughts about
not really.
Dynamite. Collision. Yeah. Collision was kind of weird. I mean, we got a Christopher Daniels match. Why is Christopher Daniels having a match? Like, why? I just don't understand. Kyle Fletcher, they're pushing him. He's half of Aussie Open. His partner's out, so they're kind of pushing him as a separate star. I kind of like that.
I'm just kind of
wise.
I'm still always gonna be disappointed that they broke SCU up, man. I just love Kazarian and Daniels and Scorpio Sky together.
Yeah, I feel you on that. And in that aforementioned TBS title match that just came out of nowhere, guess who won? Chris Statlander. What a shock. Oh, man.
Not a fan
and then Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe squashing, not really squashing, but he had a decent match with who was it? I forgot already.
Turbo Floyd.
No, he had a match with Willie Mack.
No, sorry. He had a match with Willie Mack. My bad.
Yeah, with Willie Mack. It was Willie Mack. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah. Willie Mack is a veteran, man.
With WWE.
There's a couple of people that I'm sure are looking like, damn, I should have just stood at WWE. I know Adam Cole's probably thinking like I would have been better off at WWE.
But Adam Cole thing was
everywhere.
Yeah.
The thing with Adam Cole, he want to be around his lady.
It's true.
Oh yeah, he want to be around Britt. Hey, if my lady was I want to be around my Joan too.
But rumors starting to swirl. She could be making the jump.
Well, if she made the jump, he'll be back. And then, of course, Christian beat Bryan Danielson. We could go through it, but there's a lot of chicanery involved.
Big Bill and Ricky Starks, yeah.
Yep.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm a Christian fan, but does he really need to have the TNT title? Or isn't there somebody else you could really like? There's so many other different young talent that you could put the title on. Like,
and the thing
Jungle
is,
Jack, not even Jack Perry should have been fighting the FTW title. Like, where's Hook? Hook was one of your hottest commodities. Y'all not even using them right anymore.
He's eating chips with
Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy.
Doing the shortest promo we ever seen in wrestling history.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, you're right though. They don't. I think they've got to figure out how to not have people on both shows. You don't need the same people on Saturday and Wednesday. What happened was the Collision is supposed to be CM Punk's show, but then you fired CM Punk, so now you're trying to figure out how to keep the ratings up. You keep the ratings up. You use it as an avenue to actually build wrestlers. It's okay to have certain people on both shows some weeks, but we don't need to see rated R superstar Adam Copeland on every freaking show every week. He can take a break. He can sit down.
It was, and like I said, it's you're rethreading a lot of WWE talent, man. Like if you go look at their roster right now, there are a bunch of You got Aleister Black, you got Miro, you got Copeland, you got Christian, like FTR. You have all these names that came from the Big Machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're just not putting out the same product as the Big Machine. You would think that they would have learned something being under WWE, right? But and one of the things that I used to love about AEW is that they gave their wrestlers the opportunity to really put input and creative, right?
Cool. What's been my main sticking point with AEW? Why does not prove what I've been saying?
Storylines.
Like, why y'all
they have
too bringing in WWE stars?
It's like they're basically taking guys and just what you want to do. No. Come up with we're gonna come up with you two guys are gonna have a feud. We'll take both of your input, but we're gonna build a feud. If we want to put some more layers to it, we can. But and then they have people go back and forth. Blackpool Combat Club, they're scumballs this month, scumbags. The next month they're good guys. The next month they're twins. Like, make a decision.
Pretty much.
So here's what I'll say. A lot of people say this. It's looking more like WWE 2.0. A lot of people say this. But here's my thought on it real quick. We 12 minutes away from Raw. We're going to be off here by the time Raw come on. My thought real quick, though, is my thing is you have to do that, again, like I was saying earlier, if you're AEW, because you have to have names that people want to see, right? But what AEW is failing is they're giving those guys all the highlight spots. You don't have to have Edge as the main event. He doesn't need to be in the main event. You know, he was the main eventer for what? A couple of years with WWE. Let's be real about Edge. Edge is not the needle mover that CM Punk is. I know he's Adam Copeland in AEW, but Edge is not the needle mover. Edge didn't come out and people say, "Oh, Edge is there. I'm gonna go watch because Edge is there." You're like, "Oh, if you already watched, you're like, oh, cool, they brought in Edge," but Edge didn't make the numbers go up. You can promote him all you want, and give him T-shirts and all that. People are not tuning in to see Edge. That's the fact. You're bringing in guys, but you're putting them in the wrong spots. Don't try to make these guys stars. Let these guys be mid-tier guys. Let them compete for the championships, but they don't have to have the championships. That's where I think the problem is. That's where things are going wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
But Darius, you are right. It does look like that, but it should be a mix. You should see guys getting first-time matches and other guys getting elevated and getting rubs off of them.
I wouldn't even say WWE 2.0 because they're like, I would say negative 2.0 because they're going backwards, and it's not like they're going with older superstars. They're not really going. They haven't really purged a Braun Breaker or Carmelo Hayes. They've purged veterans that have been in the business 10, 15 years. Like, everybody's going to be excited when Dolph Ziggler finally pops up there, right? Well,
they're going to be excited. They're going to be excited for that one week, and that's it.
Because Dolph was never a needle mover in WWE. That's the thing. Like Miro, right? Miro could be a great character in AEW if they let him to be the character, right? He's got a perfect character. But you see him a week, then he's promos for 3 weeks, and then he has a squash match. Then you see him a month later, and it's a promo the week before you see him, and it's a squash match. And then now CJ Perry's their Lana, and they own some crazy stuff, and somebody else is trying to get Lana to be them. It's just too convoluted. You don't need to do all that.
At this point right now, Sammy Guevara should be a top superstar. Rolo should have been a top superstar right now.
Well, you know why Sammy Guevara?
Rolo stayed hurt though. That's his problem.
Yeah. And you know why Sammy Guevara is because of the stuff he did before. He's still under the doghouse a little bit for some of the stuff he said before and did before. Because he almost got fired twice.
And what about MJF?
So MJF doesn't do anything behind the camera. MJF's an a-hole in front of the camera.
On the camera, okay.
But he doesn't do anything behind the camera. Sammy Guevara does stuff behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? It almost gets him fired. So that's why I think he's still being punished from that. But if we're talking about just from a wrestling perspective, yes. Jack Perry should be a top heel, but he's not getting the spot. Chris is getting the spots.
Exactly.
Chris is
People love Jungle Boy. So when you turn him heel, eyebrows are raised. Okay, well, we going with this. Jungle Boy is no longer Jungle Boy no more. He's actually Jack Perry now. Let's see what it is. And then, like you said, it stopped.
Yeah, he just went away. He's hanging out with Scorpio Sky and Miro.
This is Wise point. You're not building your homegrown talent up.
No, not at all.
But you know what happens? You get a shiny new toy, and you're all ready. Anyway, so you know what I'm saying? That's what happens. But I think we'll see some turn on it though, because you'll start to see. You'll realize we got to do something to get people to really start watching, because you'll see people start dwindling down from it, and then you'll say, well, what's the problem? And then the wrestling people will say, bruh, you need to get people to write the show. If you want to be over that, that's cool, but you need people to do it, because that's what you do. Oh, that was like a double answer there, y'all. So Mr. No Party said, "Why homie hiding his face?" That's his thing, man. He's in the podcast of witness protection program. So he gotta hide his face.
That's what Chris Bay said. Yes.
Yeah. So,
that's his stick.
Yeah, that's his thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. Like everybody has a thing. Like me, I always got on a hat, right? He always hide his face. Like that's what he does.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
bring something different.
Yeah. But I will say Collision is kind of the thing, right? Collision is getting better because it got real bad. Because remember we had that one match that was like an hour, and it was crazy. And then since then it's been getting a little bit better because that was rock bottom. So it's been getting a little bit better. I would like to see some Collision only guys, and I would like that to be like Miro. I'd like that to be Jack Perry. I almost would have said Jungle Boy, but I'd like it to be Jack Perry. I'd like it to be Miro. I'd like it to be some of those guys that don't really get the burn. Give them the opportunity on Collision and see what they can do. Yep. We don't need Edge on Collision. Edge can stay his ass on the other show. You know what I'm saying? We don't need him on. We don't need Kenny Omega on both shows. We don't need Chris Jericho on both shows. Like that's where we're hurting because you're getting to WWE, and that's what was hurting them. And they realized they had to do a draft to give you all the people because you can't have 15 people every week and then you just circle in 5 of the other 40 people that are like, what am I going to get on TV? You know, you got to do something better than that.
Yep.
All right, so because we call out all the comments, we're gonna put up what Mr. No Party said. He said being unprofessional is his thing. And he said, I'm sorry, I'm just confused. And then Mr. No Party also says, nice hat though, go Eagles. Yes, sir, Mr. No Party. Make sure you tune in on Wednesday nights, 8:30 p.m. EST.
I think I need to turn in the Wednesday show.
You might want to turn in. This would be a good week to tune in if you're not an Eagles fan too. This would be a great week to tune in. It'll be very entertaining for you. I can promise you that.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be very entertaining.
YouTube.com/that Eagles Elite Podcast. Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. EST. Be there. All right. And then Ladarius says, I agree that the former W talent helps AW get the name recognition, but not building around MJF, Sammy Guevara, and even Hook helps. Oh, I agree. Ladarius, I see it. A lot of wrestling fans see it. These gentlemen here see it. Key see it. She was here. But
dude, when you get spanked by the developmental brand of WWE, something's wrong, and that's your main show.
It's too conjoined, like so. People like, oh, so it's either this or NXT. And NXT's got main roster guys on there. He is NXT. That's what happened.
Okay, I don't mean to be rude, but I got a couple of minutes before Raw starts.
Oh no, you good? I got a couple of minutes before Raw starts too, sir. So, all right. So we know Vince is no longer involved in creative. Thank you. Thank you. God. Everybody who made the decision.
TK.
We already talked about what's next with the Bloodline. We kind of rolled that into everything else. We talked about Jade Cargill. So MJF and Adam Cole storyline's a little weird. This whole Adam Cole's taking extra time to get surgery because Roddy has him in his house doing like stuff that somebody who needs to have leg surgery shouldn't be doing. But again,
no comment.
Is in charge of that. So I'll simply finish off by saying this. Tune in. There's going to be some shifts going on here, especially with WWE. I think AEW too, we're going to start to see some storylines because the right people are going to get there and be able to put themselves in a position so that we can get storylines. And everything doesn't have to be a storyline, but you need some good storylines to kind of weave in between the great wrestling. So hopefully they get to that. Hopefully we start to see what we saw a year or two ago from AEW when they were the best because they had the storylines and everything else. Big piece of that, as everybody said, is trying to have all the people from WWE to get released. You don't need everybody. It's okay to bring some people in, but be smart on who you bring in. Playmaker, you got any last words, sir?
Nope. I will catch y'all next. Hopefully, I'll catch y'all next week because the season premiere of Raw is about to come on.
Yes, sir.
Wise,
I have
any
nothing. I
last
got
words, sir?
no. I'm ready to go catch Raw. I want to see what surprise they got.
Good people, check us out next week. These gentlemen have a bunch of great shows.
Stuck in My Mind podcast. Check me out every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wise in the AM, Thursday mornings and Friday mornings on Real Wise TV. Mentality.
Oh Lord.
Bobby J and Wise. Yeah, I got a lot of shows going on.
NFC Beats on Saturdays at 9 p.m.
Real quick, Wise, did you catch what I did on Mario Cristobal?
No.
I made him a candidate for Moron of the Year.
Oh.
As you should. And I am a Miami Hurricanes fan, as you should.
I gotta check it out.
All right, gentlemen. But with that being said, everyone, appreciate y'all tuning in. We will see you next week. Make sure you hop on and check out Raw because it's gonna be good.
Peace.
I'll let you folks.